Pad Comics, Crooked Line Racing, and normally we do short tracks, but man, we are on a really short track tonight. We are in Charlotte, but we're running the Legends track. It's the little bitty track with these super late models here. And Kaysen, man, I tell you, last week Carroll's been on a roll, 2 in a row to start the season off. But last week was a little itchy. I mean, he had to have some pit strategy to help him get to the front, because he was not the fastest car speed-wise. I'll just see how he does getting through the front here. We were talking. This looks like the Bowman Gray track, pretty much, of iRacing.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, it's... Honestly, I kind of feel it's even shorter than Bowman Gray, so...
Quarter mile. They're both quarter mile tracks.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good race, definitely.
Yeah. I believe Bowman Gray is a quarter mile. It is that, yeah. Bowman Gray is just a quarter mile track. That is extremely short track. What makes this one look maybe a little bigger is because it doesn't have the walls all the way around it, and you have that open space. But still, nonetheless, it's going to be short here as we get set to go green. And one of the biggest things is now you're wide enough on the straightaway. Go 3 wide or something, but man, you're going to be on and off the throttle as green flag flies, and these cars got a lot of power.
And they're already wrecking on the back. 43 went around.
And old Larry Bell. Probably going to see some guys swing around, and where the pace cars? Oh, the pace car can't park on pit road. It's parked on the track over there somewhere. I just noticed that.
Yeah, that's actually where the pits are. One just lost. Like, caution comes out.
Dexton went around. See if he had. It looked like he might have a little help. We'll see. Got looks like who's that? Tanner behind him. Wide view here for you. And there it went around. If Tanner got in the back of him or not. But.
No, Tanner wasn't anywhere close to him. He kind of just lost to come off the corner. Too much throttle.
Too much throttle, yeah. And that's the thing about this track. It's just flat. I mean, it ain't so flat. It's flat. And it's almost like what a New Hampshire. It remind me of that track. This kind of flat coming out turn. You gotta be careful coming out of that one when you get the throttle. If not, you're gonna come right on around.
Yeah, and another thing is that I keep seeing is the apron, the line on the front stretch, also mess them up a little bit more because it's not fully asphalt. It has a bunch of that paint on it.
Yeah. Well, all kinds of things you're going to have to put up with here is, you're just always on and off the throttle, on and off the actual gas pedal. Just, I don't know, a lot of action as the driver has to put up with.
We talk a lot about these drivers that are getting loose coming out the corners, but let's talk about the pace car when it first comes out. That pace car sticks. No, he sticks.
Well, he's got the grip hack. That's what it is.
Definitely. I would.
These guys, or the pace cars showing these guys how to really race. That's trying to show off.
Pace car's like, haha, I'm better.
That's it, yeah. It's. Look, I can handle my car. What's wrong with y'all?
Pace car waves back on.
Yeah, I think we had a wave.
Yeah.
Take too long. Short tracking in here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in here at Top Hat Crooked Line. If you're in Lexington area, NC, check out Top Hat Comics, man. I tell you, got something special coming up with those boys here. Going to be kind of cool. Keep up with the channel. It's hit the like, shares, notifications. Yeah, if you're looking for some models, comics, them racing, he's got it all there. Check him out. Go green, little pile up on the front. And how much brakes are going to be affected?
Let's just say if the brake pads actually wore out, you'd have to change them probably halfway through the race.
Well, we got a battle band home for second because right now Chase Pierce, the man, taking off. And this track might benefit his style. He's a little more aggressive, so it might benefit us. We got caution out. Ooh, big one in the back here. Guy Barrett and a couple other ones. Brad Carpenter. Carpenter's in a green car back here in the back, so he must have got caught up in it. Guy looks like he's in the yellow. Got a little tag into the wall. Yep, Carpenter know where to go. Car lot. It's gonna be a treacherous race here tonight. So,
like you said before, cautions breed cautions. That first caution, there's gonna be more. So, or these guys somehow magically get grip, and
like
they
the pace car.
Yeah, throw everybody in the pace car. How about that?
That would be. Yeah. There you go. Give me the pace car. I need it. That's the only way I'm going to get around the track. But it has been a good season so far. And race number 3 here of the late models here. Top Hat Comics, Crooked Line Racing, and then we got the Tour Mods tomorrow night. Those guys have been swinging around pretty good. Quite sure where they are. I can find out real quick. They are at Irwindale.
Irwindale.
Oh.
I've been there once or twice. It's a fun little track.
Never been.
Yeah, it's a fun little track. It's honestly not what you would expect.
Okay. We talk about North Wilkesboro, going North Wilkesboro next week for this series here. Then we got Martinsville, Nashville Fairgrounds, Statford, Iowa, and then USA for the double points night. 6 more races left in the season. Man. Love the short track race.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. You guys pull out all the stuff.
Caution back out. Not sure what happened there. It's like Jason.
Jeff Shell was involved. Scotty Stevens. We're right here with Jeff Shell and see what happened. Oh, it happened in front. Yeah, 52 went around and Shell nowhere to go, so it was actually Jason Day. Ride with him and see what happens. That's the bad thing is you ride around here, tires gonna get cold. To restart, you step on that gas, boom, car comes around.
Yeah, that's another thing about tires here is that I feel all the tracks we've been to have had at least a little bit of banking, so the tires are
Tanner got in there too hot.
Yeah,
Tanner had that thing locked up, sliding into the turn. And everybody was just checked up. Nothing they could do. Tanner supposed to have that $1 million setup, man. All right, Tanner, what's up? That's what I call it. He's got that $1 million wheel.
Yeah, I definitely don't have that $1 million wheel, but I have something that works.
Me too. All right. Keep this up. Fuel might not be a problem because they were talking about fuel being close. These cautions definitely going to help them. As it looks like that's Mettler. Thought he was going to get his lap back, but oh, he's up third. I guess he was checking out his motor. Now they do have the choose rule here, choose cone rule. If somebody out there is not familiar with what that is, obviously the leader, he has the ultimate choice on which lane he wants to start in. But from second on back, they can choose whatever lane you want. Normally, second place driver is going to start on the outside or inside, wherever the leader starts. But so let's say if the leader starts on the inside, you're going to start on the outside no matter what. But you have the choice. If you want to start on the inside, you can start in third place. At a track like this might not be too bad. I said it before, where there might be some advantages to that. Like we're going single file here, but normally on a track like this, I would say maybe the inside might actually be the better place to be.
Yeah, definitely. And I can't remember, is the grass, is that actually grass or just synthetic turf? Can't remember that.
Used to be grass. And there it goes around. Wow. Andrew, he was actually the second place driver. Go here and see if he had a little help. Brent, the Blimpy can. Blimpy can gives a good shot. Everybody likes Blimpy anyways. If he had a bump in his back. Everybody's trying to anticipate the start. He goes. And yeah, I look like 15 just in it. Alright. Well, they lost a little talent on that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was too much brake usage going on in that corner.
Well, he saw that inside open and figured Mike could probably stick it in there. But the bad thing about doing that on this track is if you're going to run it in that hard, you're not going to be able to stop very quickly. You're going to have to anticipate a move like that. And I understand the logic behind it. You got that big opening. I can get my car in there. Problem is getting the car to stop and stick. Not on this track because you got no banking, and it's just gonna keep going straight or slide or lock the brakes up.
Yeah, and something funny about this track, I don't actually think there's a pit road. I honestly don't think there is, unless I'm mistaken.
And maybe that's why we're probably not going to see any pits. I didn't think about that. How would you pit on this track? Because this is the Legends, and the Legends don't run enough laps to pit. It's really what happens. Usually they run the Legends when they run like the Coca-Cola or race here, and it's actually like a special event they run during that weekend. So they run only enough laps. Like I say, it's like Bowman Grade. They only run enough laps. You don't ever pit there either. So if fuel is that close, I could run out.
If somebody runs out, I mean, this is why at these short tracks need a buddy, so they can just push you around the track.
Mm-hmm. Probably just as fast.
Probably. I mean, at the pace we're going at the moment, I think we've done more caution laps than green flag laps.
Oh yeah, and that's just telltale sign of the track. I mean, it's like last week. They had a few cautions and it went good long green flag run, but that's Phoenix. Phoenix is just one of them tracks that breeds cautions. Certain tracks do, and this one here, and I am surprised you know, they talk about the LA Coliseum. Why didn't they just bring the Clash to this track here? I mean, because it's the same size as the LA Coliseum thing. I know why they did. It's all marketing gimmick. Could keep it at Daytona.
I was about to say something, but I'm not going to jinx it.
We're single file so far. Everybody looking pretty good. I mean, at some point these guys will get settled down. They'll figure out the rhythm here on the track. You know, where the braking point is, where the gas is. You know, where I can get on and off the gas. Let's look back. We talked about Chris Carroll. Remember, he had to start way back in the back. These cautions have probably helped him because he's been able to pick them off one by one. He's going around Jeff Shell right there. Up to 9th. As long as he can stay out of trouble, which you can get a little damage at a track like this and it not hurt you. As long as you ain't got no motor or suspension damage. Cosmetic stuff here really is not going to slow you up that much.
And I'm not sure if you can tell, I think we've only gone maybe 5 or 6 laps on the green. Brakes are already glowing with heat.
Oh, yeah.
And there's caution. I jinxed it. That was my fault.
Jeffrey. It's about to Jeffrey Miller. He's side by side. He's right there on that outside and just got a little touch. That just shows you how almost out of control or how slick it is. That wasn't much of a contact and it sent him around.
That was more kind of air that got under him.
Yeah.
And his tires just said no.
Says the pits. Stephanie out there says the pits are turn 4. Watch the pace car. Well, I am watching the pace car, but here's the thing: we've got 20 some cars. Where would you pit at? See, on iRacing, you've got to pit in a pit stall, which is right there. There are 20 some cars have got to have 20 some spots to pit. I'm seeing where the pace car is sitting, but they're not going. iRacing's not going to let you pull up there on the track and pit where it's sitting at. So I go back to the legend cars when they run here. They don't pit because this is usually an exhibition or special race that they run, and I think they only run maybe 50, 100 laps, if something like that. For the legends, they got enough fuel to go. No, you would not normally see pro late models or super late models on this track here.
Although it would be a fun race to go watch.
Probably would be in real life. Now I'd agree. Get some tour mods out here. I think the tour mods would be cool to watch around this. So it would be more interesting if they would actually put a fabricated wall up around the turns too. That would be kind of. What's up, Rod? Do I have a race on Wednesday? I am actually. I don't have it on this Wednesday. We good. We should be good. Rod. And actually, folks, Rod out there is the main man who runs Top Hat Comics. So there we go. I just wasn't feeling too well last week, man. But yeah, we're still on. Now pit boxes are on graphics, my man. I got all graphics on, so. I know they were talking about how the pits, and we just watched that caution right there. There's no caution, and I hope you don't plan to just come back up on the track. You might as well trigger the caution. No? Actually got going. Okay, cool. Nice. Comes the leaders, though. It's such a short track. Yeah, I mean, you can see the pit lane right there. I've got everything locked on for you. Ooh. 7 needs to speed it up. Can't go that slow on this track. Yeah, he's gonna have to get off track. That's
you know what else would be a
dangerous.
fun race or fun to watch
What's that?
or fun to do? Is be up in the flag stand for one of these races. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna work in your arm.
Start finish line, yeah. That would be. It would be pretty cool.
I'm gonna see when Daytona comes up if I can get up in the flag stand and get a picture up there.
I mean, this camera angle right here actually about the closest to what it would look like in the flag stand. That angle there was. Tyler is back. Looks like he's back up to speed. Yeah, no Rod out there, man. Man who runs the Top Hat Comics. Like I said, we got something special coming up for you for them. So check out the channel, subscribe. Gonna be interesting. All Chase Pierce though right now, and here's where he's got to be careful because he's going to catch lap traffic. And once he does, he's not going to get out of it.
The only way to get out of it is with something that starts with a C.
Yeah, caution will, line him back up. But once he catches this tail end here, it's danger at every corner. And this is where, sure, you'd like to see the lap cars get out of the way, but this is kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to lap traffic because you've got to modulate around them easily. If they just move out, the closing rate's so fast here, cause an accident real quick. You got to be careful to track like this.
Oh yeah, and something else I'm seeing too, coming off of 1 and 2, I see a lot of cars tapping the wall. That's
Up
also
there.
something you gotta watch out for. 'Cause if you hit too hard, I mean, that could send you around.
Yep. Jason Raymond hanging on the third of Tanner. Raymond hanging on the second. Tanner hanging on there the third. Pretty good. Not a bad run for him. Tanner's had a really good run these last couple weeks. Finished second last week. So he's actually had a pretty good start to the late models. And you got Zimmerman, fourth, Levi Allen, fifth, Andrew Bogus, who spun earlier, and he's back up to seventh. Scotty Stevens there in eighth. Carroll, went around. No caution. So we've seen this a couple times. Somebody else out there mowing the grass. We've seen this a couple times on these short tracks here, Case, and I know first season here, we've seen it a lot. For some reason, on a lot of these short tracks, I'm going to say parameters or whatever they've got set up for some of them don't trigger cautions. I mean, we have seen 2 and 3 cars before slide and just sit on the track and it never throw a caution. And the next thing you know, some dude just kind of like goes just a little sideways and throws a caution. It's like, really? So it's got to be a short track thing that they've got coded somewhere. Either that or the flag man falls asleep. That's
Can't tell. There's somebody parked all the way out on the big oval. I just don't know who that is.
that would be Chris Clark. Oh, okay. So there's the pit. See, now that's so they don't have. You can't turn the pit boxes on then. So it's basically it's like what this name said out there. It's a virtual pit box that iRacing has done out there. So okay, that's the first I've seen that. So now we know where the pits are.
So I'm guessing you just go up the same way Pacecar does, right up pit road, and then
Yeah, but then how do you know where unless it's showing the drivers where to stop? Because there is no option in the options on the replay side to show pit boxes. Not there anyways. Okay, not there. Because, I mean, I've got all graphics on. But I guess as a driver from their view, you could see the lines or whatever. I'm hoping you can. If not, then how in the world you gonna stop at your pit box?
You know what it might be? They might have that guy with that stop
Okay.
sign sitting out there.
Yeah, that would be the only thing. Yeah, and again, in this track how it is, there's no option to turn on pit boxes or anything graphic. So as a driver, you probably see it, but I guess you have to keep driving all the way around and go on around. You know what? You're gonna lose all kinds of time. How long did it take him to go to that pit? Well, he's still in there, so it won't tell me.
You know, we're actually missing someone tonight.
Okay, it looks like a normal pit to y'all. Okay, that's what. So iRacing's made it where it looks normal to y'all, but on the replay it's not. There's no option to put it in. Okay, all right. So that makes sense. That's why we're sitting up here wondering how the heck you pit. Because you know on the replay stuff they don't. They only have pit road. That's it.
We're actually we ended up missing someone tonight.
Who we miss?
Brandon Ishkanyan missing tonight.
Oh, okay. What you doing? Looked like he started, but then just didn't start the race.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh. Now let's see. Brad Carpenter's coming in the pits. Now watch. All right, we'll watch his pit. All right, he comes all the way down, slams on the brakes, swings right around, and then just like has to almost stop the man. It's going to take you 9 years just to get in the pit road. And he runs over that dude and kills his pit crew. Not too bad. It looks like 10 seconds to get on pit lane.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait
just
a
to
minute.
get.
Then he just left.
Brad Carpenter just loaded up, went home.
Ah! Well, alrighty then. What's up, checker flag? Me too. Who's me too? Well, why ain't y'all out here tonight? That I didn't make it tonight. Shame on y'all. Shame, shame. Everybody knows your name.
There's the
Caution.
call.
Who we got? Caution on. Okay. Well, it says he's saying there's admin cautions.
That was not an admin caution. That was iRacing throwing it. So either someone.
Well, it's
lost
saying
it.
Chris Clark, but let's go back on Chris Clark here. But it did not even give me the notification that the caution came on my thing over here on SDK, so that's why I didn't know it's on pit road.
Yeah,
That
he's
wouldn't have threw a caution.
been on pit road for a hot while.
Oh, okay, here we go. Kyler. Kyler was the one out there. All right, we gave him the benefit of the doubt. If he stops on this track, then he needs to be done. Again, it's an admin. Yeah, that. Okay. He should have went on pits. That was an uncalled for caution. A no. Now again, I'm not the admin. I don't want to, break out too much on it. But as a driver, don't do that. Please don't do that. Let me say it that way, please.
Yeah, no.
Go to
that's
pit
that.
road if you got some issues with the car and whatnot.
Yeah, even if you got issue with the car, hold the clutch down, make it all the way around. At least get on to pit road, then stop and reset.
Yeah.
Don't just stop.
'Cause, on this track, now I know some tracks are kind of different. On this track, there really wouldn't be, unless you just hit that outside wall out there and destroyed the car. If you make it on that inside, there's really no issue on why you just can't keep going on straight and get on pit road here. Because it's easy entrance into pit. You missed a pit lane here. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all see right there? I mean, it's just straight shot right into pit road. Shoo! You just keep going straight. Normally, you got to come out of a turn and kind of got to turn down into pit road and get slowed down. But here, you see it as soon as you come out of turn 4. You know.
Yeah, and that's something else about this track is you got to watch where the pit line is when you enter pit road, due to the fact that you could be speeding down pit road and not even know it.
Yeah, we saw Brad. I wish Brad would have came out of the pits, but just to give you an idea of some of the pit times, Scotty Stevens pitted on lap 76 and Andrew pitted on lap 77. There's 2 times that I look at when I look at pits. One, the total pit time, which means the time that they enter pit road, take their pit stop, and then get off pit road. And then obviously there's the pit stop itself when they're in the actual pit. And it looks like Andrew and Scotty total times, one of them was a 43, one was a 50 seconds. But obviously their pits, well, one was a little longer, probably had some optional. But one was 11 seconds and one was 21. Probably the difference between one taking 4 tires, the other taking 2. But nonetheless, that 40 and 50 seconds tells me that that's not much slower than total times of what it would take to get on and off normally here if they were using this whole pit lane. Because I think what pit road speeds here normally for the cars would be like 35, 40 mile an hour, something like that, maybe.
I think it's 35.
Yeah, so if you started way down at the back, where either way, you got to come the whole length of pit road. So it's not really. You would think when they make that really sharp turn, it really slows them down, but it's not looking like much difference. Total pit time, in and out, stop and all. Sure, Larry Bell on the outside. That's the old school way of racing. Remember when he used to have all the lap cars on the inside and all the lead lap cars on the outside back in the day in NASCAR?
Yep.
You don't remember that, do you?
I do remember that.
Oh, you don't? I know if you was old enough or not. Yeah. I usually get a lot of young guys here.
Yeah, I'm young, but I have a good memory, so.
And actually, that was a perfect example of the choose cone rule. He chose to go to the outside, and really, it might have benefited him because it put him back in 5th. I don't know where he originally would have started because it looks like everybody started on the inside. I'm not sure where Larry would have started, but yeah, but back in the day, if you don't remember, folks, tell my age a little bit. Back in the day, how NASCAR was is they used to, in the inside lane, all the lap down cars would start. This would be on restarts or cautions and stuff like that. But all the lap down cars would start on the inside. All the lead lap cars would start on the outside. And that's how they used to line it up. Then now they went with all this double file. Kyler says couldn't make it to pit road. Why couldn't you make it to pit road? Car was still rolling. I'm just curious to ask, was it a mechanical problem or what? It was still rolling. Out of gas? Dead? Battery fall out of it?
Steering wheel come off?
Yeah, steering wheel come off.
Or Dale Jr. and use your hand?
Got to give some info out here. But we're investigating and reporting.
Did your pedals fall apart? 'Cause I keep hearing a lot of people saying their pedals are falling apart.
I've had that. Not me having it happen. I've had that happen in a race with somebody. And they were the leader on the restart, and one of their bolts came out of their pedal, and they didn't go, jack the whole field up. And some guys got a penalty from the admins. I mean, and this was, again, the admin's call, but it was a crazy call because what are you supposed to do? Run the guy over in front of you? A lot of guys had to sit and go left or right and pass the guy in front because everybody bunched up and stopped, and they penalized him for doing it. And I was like, really? So crazy. I mean, it was the leader's fault. What are we, you know? In that case, it's kind of like, okay, we get it, you know.
You know, I'd hate to say this, but I think Carroll's night may be over. 2 laps down.
Yeah, if you get caught a lap down here, getting them back, and remember early on, he got caught up in a spin, did not get a caution, just like we do. Guy, right quick, see what happened to Guy here. Guy and Scotty Stevens. Not sure which one might have started it. A little bump right there, but no. O2 machine. Still rolling. I don't see the mustard car out here tonight. Still going. Oh, Andrew gets a little wiggly in front of him. But we're waiting.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
Well, yeah, I'm still watching Guy here. He said he went off track, came back on track, but might have been Scotty Stevens.
The time at the caution. Oh.
Here, I'm gonna start
it
on the caution. Yeah, that's who I'm watching. Is dude.
It was Scotty Stevens on lap 94.
Okay, so Scotty Stevens. All right, let's go with Scotty here. Scotty's in that 2 machine. He's sandwiched in between, looks like Carpenter and Andrew. A slew of machines there. Carroll's there with him. Oh! Right around. He's in the grass. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The parameters. Remember earlier, Carroll and them spun and went into the grass like that, no caution? He spun and the grass kept going, but there's a caution. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's weird on the short tracks. I don't understand it. I don't, unless that was a admin caution. You would be able to tell that. I can't see it unless they maybe threw it. But if iRacing did that, then it's crazy because we've seen it multiple times. Now I know earlier out there who said it. Langdon said it's only admin cautions. iRacing cautions are turned off, but you said earlier iRacing threw one.
Yeah, and just right there, iRacing threw one as well. That was not an admin caution. So
that's what I'm saying. So but you see what I'm talking about. Sometimes on these short tracks, it's nothing against the league. It's nothing against any of the admins here. It's iRacing, something that they've got set up on these short tracks. And here's a perfect example of the choose con rule. Everybody's taking the inside, but those other 3 are going to take the outside.
The yellow flag is out.
And caution.
Caution. What was that, before you even hit the line?
Yo, I believe. We call him Yo. We used to call him Yo. But we call him Yo now. Oh! I don't know if he got hit, punted, or what. He got hit road.
Ah, I saw what happened.
Backed in the back.
He coming off the corner when he hit the gas. He got loose when his tire spun. He recorrected to the wall. This is definitely not like the bull ring where we went green the whole way. This is the complete opposite.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a single file restart or freeze. All these guys are just picking the inside lane.
I am not seeing anything. I did not get word or anything that we're going all single file. So everyone's just picking the same lane.
And we talked about that earlier. I would too. I mean, the inside lane's where you want to be, whether it's going to be single file like this or not. Now, maybe if you're Scotty Stevens, who just got your lap back, or Troy, or Andrew, sure, I would take maybe a chance because you're back there in 11th, 12th place anyways. You're going to be up front. Maybe you might end up getting, 4th, 5th or something. A lot better. It would get back in the line, a little opening or something. I would take a chance then, because by rule, see, that's how the choose cone works. Everybody goes inside, you'd be back in 10th place spot. I'm going outside then. Boom, be up over beside the leader. And no, you might not take the lead, but heck, you might end up 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Right there, the opening might open. They like right there. They already see second place side by side. You could probably end up already in 3rd or 4th. It's worth a shot.
Chase is wicked fast.
Yes.
I don't know.
This track benefits its driving style. Aggressive, fast and aggressive.
I'm kind of trying to
restarts help too.
I'm kind of trying to see his diving, how he dives down. If he arcs the corner, if he kind of just slowly goes down, goes to the top. Kind of looks like he just sticks to that line and hopes for the best.
Yeah, typical. Just go in, stay down to the bottom, let it kind of drift up off the turn. But I mean, he can drive it in hard to the turns, hit heavy on the brakes here. You could drive this track a little bit more aggressive. These cautions have helped him to keep those tires cool, not overuse them a lot. So he's not wearing the tires out. The only thing that I'll say what might hurt him if it's get a long green flag run and he starts running into lap traffic, which he will very quickly. As you see, Tanner's moving back up to 4th there. Jason Raymond, don't talk much about him, but he's up to 2nd. And I don't see Tammy out there. You must be nervous or making dinner or something. I don't know. Got home from work. I know Raymond said one time she gets home from work at 9. You might be tired. She's a working young lady.
Yeah, I'm tired. Only the fact that I woke up early this morning.
I woke up today. Wasn't feeling well, so I laid right back down. Said, heck with it. Got a few cars, office. Oh, Joshua Sexton went on pit road. Scotty Stevens there. We hadn't got an update on what happened to Mettler. Actually, not Mettler, excuse me. Carpenter. And then Kyler out there never gave us an update on why he couldn't make it to pit road. Did he ran out of gas or anything like that? Like those investigators reporting.
And this was exactly what I was talking about. 51 ended up locking the brakes up in order not to speed down pit road. Because I believe when that turn ends, I believe that's the entrance to pit road.
Okay. Yeah, and again, we can't see it, but they have it on for the drivers. It's not like a normal pit setup that they would have. Okay. Yeah, Carroll doesn't look like he's going to bounce back tonight and win race number 3 in a row, but he's still looking good. I'm telling you, as far as points go, as of right now, Pierce and Carroll are going to be the two that are going to be tough. And I said last season, here for the Top Hat Comics Crooked Line Racing, I said last season, I say that, good night, he got a little wicked there, that Pierce popped out of his shell and really had a breakout season. Hadn't won in this series at all, and last season won 4 races. Right now, looks to be on his way to win one.
Looks to be that way. All he needs to hope for is not get caught up with lap traffic. That's all he's got to hope for.
Yeah, lap traffic really is just one of those double-edged swords we talked about. He's got to understand his lead. I mean, he's got 2.3 second over Raymond, and he can be patient right now. I mean, he's got what, 25 laps here to go. You're definitely got a good, solid lead. Don't push it.
Kyler's saying he just got stuck on the bottom and couldn't get up high. So,
yeah. We got Raymond on second, Day hanging on the third, Tanner right there in fourth. He'd like to get that one more spot. Those 3 guys are kind of nose to tail. If any one of them make a little slip up, done.
all Carroll's got to hope for is 4 more cautions. That's all he has to hope for in order to get the lucky dog. Are there lucky dogs in here?
It should be.
So he just needs 4 more cautions to get back on the lead lap, and he could still have a chance.
I mean, anything's possible here on the short track. I mean, you're right. So he's 2 laps down. Obviously, the first caution Mettler's going to get, and then that's going to put him right there on it. So, yeah, he needs 2 quick cautions. I don't want to see him. I want him to go green. I know he probably would.
Oh, he would love to see him. He'd hate to see him.
Yeah. Shell having a good run tonight too. He's up to 5th. Zimmerman there in 6th. This is one of these races where I don't want to take anything away from talent of the drivers, but it's got one of these mixtures of battle of attrition. If you just stay out of trouble, you might end up with a good finish here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel if you start in the front, you finish in the front.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a really tight track, hard to pass. I mean,
and that's what I was saying. If you're like in the back, a battle of attrition, if you just kind of keep your nose out of trouble, you'll eventually build. Because, well, for instance, like Jason Raymond, he's up 10 spots from where he started. Levi Allen is up 7. Jeff Shell, who's sitting in 5th, is up 6. So guys have kind of kept their nose clean and out of trouble. I won't take nothing away from, fast or talent on the track, but some tracks you just stay out of trouble. Next thing you know, you're up front.
I'm not 100% sure if it's just me in my PC, but the 2 Scotty Stevens is in and out.
So I'll ride with him and see what it looks like here then. Back here, yep, he's blinking. And that's not what the 17 right there wants to see. Who is, that's Pierce. Yeah, he blinked hard right there. And I think Pierce is probably telling him, hey man, can you just like slide on over and just let me go on by, you know? And he's blinking bad. Admins probably eventually look at it because, you know, not a lot you can do. Now you got second place cars coming up on a Raymond. He is the last car on the lead lap, Stevens. I know he don't want to give it up, but especially with only 10 to go. Don't want to get mixed up in this pack back here and start blinking, but it looks like he calmed down a little bit right there now. Maybe he kicked his route or what.
The last car on the lead lap is actually the 24. Looks like we're...
okay, Scotty's in the first one to lead. Oh. Lap down, okay. Yeah, because he just got past, my bad. He was the last one. Yeah, because the leader just went by. Troy. Right here in the blue machine. 24. The 9th. Everybody's being patient right now. Now, I will say this. Even though Carroll's won the last 2 races, Pierce has finished pretty good in the top 5. Actually, last week, I think it was in the top 10, but... So as far as points goes, even though Carroll has won the first 2, this right here actually is going to hurt him points-wise because you're talking about if Pierce ends up winning this race, where Carroll's sitting at right now, it'll be a huge points gap. I don't know if I can find. Usually, Tanner puts last week's points up. Yeah, he's got it up here. Let's see. Well, he shows Pierce back in 6th. Raymond's the man sitting in 2nd. Raymond's going to... How many races we done run here in the late models? We done ran 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah. How's he got 3 wins? How does Carroll got 3 wins? White flag, either way. Look how fast it goes here. Wow. At this point, man, Pierce just needs to say, okay, I'm going to hang on. Be cool, but we'll figure out. I thought this was race number 3. Maybe on race 4? Either way, Chase Pierce going to win it. Jason Raymond coming home in 2nd. Jason Day gonna have a good finish here himself. Coming home here tonight in 3rd. So, what a There you go. Jason Raymond pulling it off here tonight in second. Good one. This man, Chase Pierce, especially on a wild track like this one was, I mean, because anything could have happened, and it was a good one. But